Hey everyone. Recent memory has been rampant with the suicides of veteran K-pop musicians. Jonghyun in December of 2017, Sulli October 2019, and Goo Hara just a mere 41 days after Sulli. And I want to talk about this. Let's dive more in depth into the most recent case of Goo Hara. It is unknown how much the following information contributed to her suicide, but these are the facts that certainly didn't help. In 2018, a scandal broke with her ex-boyfriend Choi Jong-boon, a renowned hairstylist at the time, and the two had met on a variety TV show. On September 10th, the start of the scandal, Goo Hara met with her manager and a male acquaintance, but didn't tell Choi about the male acquaintance out of fear of his intense jealousy. After he found out, they had an altercation on September 13th, which led to both suffering injuries, the ex-boyfriend with scratches to his face, while Goo Hara had uterus and vaginal hemorrhage, lower contusions, and other sprains. On the 15th, Choi had an interview showing scars on his face and claiming two-sided violence was untrue. Goo Hara's side claimed that Choi had threatened to expose what were secretly filmed sex tapes, a practice known as spy camming or molka. Ultimately, the ex-boyfriend was sentenced to 1 year and 6 months in prison and suspended for 3 years after being found guilty of assault causing bodily harm, intimidation, coercion, and destruction of property. On May 25, 2018, Goo Hara posted goodbye on her Instagram, then immediately deleted it. She was found unconscious on her floor in a smoke-filled room. Goo Hara recovered, apologized to the fans, and flew to Japan to recover. Despite all that, on November 2019, Goo Hara committed suicide. The cause of death has not been released. So Goo Hara I knew from being part of Kara, but I knew her more so for her time on Invincible Youth. So let's talk about this. What is going on? I want to share some of my thoughts, and this is purely speculation. The pattern I'm seeing with these 3 recent suicides is that these are all some of the OG K-pop stars past their primes who spent much of their youth in the grind. It is possible that when their lives calmed down, they had trouble adapting to the new pace and the uncertainty of their life with age, where success in the industry certainly becomes more difficult. They likely had underlying mood disorders and were also in unique positions where their lives were constantly on blast and they always had an intense pressure to appear okay. And imagining the disparity between how they were feeling and how they had to appear, it must have felt very lonely for them. As a celebrity, it was almost as if their lives were not their own. Goo Hara had a particularly known series of events, starting with the scandal, that absolutely didn't help a probably underlying mood disorder. As someone in the healthcare field, I know that a previous suicide attempt is the #1 risk factor by far for a subsequent suicide attempt. Another is a suicide of a loved one, such as Sulli, and the guilt she must have felt from not being present. Even knowing all this with fans and loved ones surely on the lookout, could her death have been prevented? Was Goo Hara receiving the right combination of medications and therapy, if at all? I didn't see anything. However, I will quote an article from ABC News where psychiatrist Lee Jae-wook said, "The use of antidepressants is the lowest in the world. Here there is a tendency to regard getting medical help as embarrassing and only for crazy people." So mental health is coming to the forefront, also with Mina from Twice and Choa from AOA citing mental health issues. These should not be looked down upon, as there are real functional differences in the pathways of the brain in those suffering from depression. The perception needs to change in South Korea. More people need to seek treatment. Relying on others is difficult for the victim as well as loved ones who can't put their lives on hold and serve as caretakers. I want to end this video with someone who fits the bill of what I have been describing. Top from Big Bang had a suicide attempt in June of 2017. He was also close to Goo Hara, and someone we should definitely be on the lookout for. Rest in peace. You have all changed the world, even in a time that was too short.